And so it is, and so it begins. Let's start off with the Reiki share here. Chokri. Reiki. Jose. Function and Chokri. Call upon the Reiki masters past and present, and including Yeshua, Ben Joseph, the guy they renamed Jesus Christ. And that's, I guess the Jesus is a Greek form of the Yeshua from the Aramaic. But in Christ or Christos means the anointed one. And who was Christ anointed by? Oh, Mary Magdalene. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, there's just a little fun fact for you. I mean, look it up if you don't believe me. Well, I guess maybe some of it you can't look up because some of it I got directly from Yeshua. Yeah, in fact, he might have been the first. Well, no, he wasn't quite the first person I channeled or heard from. But anyway, yeah. And so I'm sending this out, this Reiki share out, calling on I'm being reminded, calling on the archangels Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, the Archangel Uriel, the Archangel Ariel, the Archangel Michael, the Archangel Metatron, the Archangel Sandalphon, Green Tara, and Quan Yin want to be included in this healing. This is going in part to the collective grid I've got out there, the Emerald Dragon Reiki Oregon Pyramids grid that I've got out there. Pretty well got US squared off. I've got a couple in England, and one in England, one in Scotland. We've got 3 in Australia, 1 in New Zealand. I've done ceremony and left pyramids or left crystals at Mount Shasta and Lake Titicaca, well, all through the Sacred Valley, really. And yeah, so that's kind of the gist of my grid. I guess it isn't, certainly isn't. It kind of spans the world, but it doesn't. But we're also going to send healing to Sarah L. Randall, who answered, actually was the only person that said anything in regard to the post that I did on Facebook. So to Sarah, I send healing. Didn't really say what. And also I'm going to send healing to Allison James, mostly because, not because she asked or anything like that, but I noticed on her, when she was doing the astrology reading today with her husband, Greg, she was rocking, which is an indication that she's having back pain or back or knee pain. I'm not sure which she's having. I'm hearing back. So we're focusing on backs, I think. Wait a minute. What is Ms. Randall's? Where should I focus on her? Well, Well. We'll just go through the list. Root chakra, is she okay there? Sacral chakra. Solar plexus. Heart. Okay, so we're going to focus on Sarah's heart and a little bit on Ellie's back, I believe. That's where we know the hips and the lower back is where I'm seeing on Ellie. And so if you have pains or troubles in any one of those areas, then you can join in, because there's a whole bunch of us here. And the reason I call in the angels and the goddesses, Quan Yin and Green Tara, our ascended masters, I mean, I'm not going to quibble about it. You get to a certain place and you're pretty much channeling God 24/7, or source, I would say. That's the universal thing out there, the source, not a God of any particular world. Each world has its own logos, a representative of that source, one would say. Some say that Yeshua was that for us, that logos. Well, let's just asking. Yeshua, are you the logos? Well, there's a big fat yes there. Would you like to explain the logos? Better than I did. Yeah, I'm saying logos is a concept, a consciousness, and he was trying to embody that as he was doing his work on here on Earth. And I would say that he did a really good job of it, from my personal observation at the time. Yeah, I'm saying I was around when he was on the Earth. Despite what other people may say, that there is no such thing as Yeshua, there is. I truly remember the dude. He was an awesome friend, a great teacher. So wasn't Mary Magdalene. They both were. They were the original twin flame, if you will. Well, okay, and he's saying no, we weren't the original twin flame. There have been many more that came before. He said there were many more that came before. Very nice, Jesus. He does have a message for us, so I'll just kind of back out here and we'll let him come through. You celebrate this day as my resurrection day, though in fact I had risen days before in my incarceration, so that in fact they did not actually kill me. It was only they killed someone else and said it was me, for I'd already transcended the physical realm. It was important, it seems, to the controllers that wrote this down, that it appeared that I was weak and could be killed, when in fact none of you can be killed. You all have a spark of the divine within you. You are all potentially just like me, able to channel source and do great healings, great knowings, even as this one does when he allows me to come through him, and for which I am grateful. We want you to know that it's important to be in love, to be loving, compassionate, and kind. This is the essence of the Christos, or the anointed one, as he's correctly said. It is important for your ascension into the next stage of your development. So there are many things that are stated in the Bible, the Torah, that are not true. There are a few things that are. Some Bibles stress the words that I spoke, but even those words were not properly translated or maybe properly understood. I believe this one would recognize in his own writings, the book of Philip, that he would find that the writings do not correspond to his current understanding. So basically, though the Bible may have been divinely inspired, it was written by the hand of man, and therefore adulterated. Each of you filter the divine in a slightly different way, with a different flavor, a different frequency, if you will. But you are great creatures of light, and it is important that you bring your light forth now in these trying times, that you let your light shine, and that you be the best lover, mother, father, brother, sister, cousin, uncle, aunt, it doesn't matter, friend, or even foe. Be impeccable in your endeavors and come from the soul of your essence, your true beingness. This is what I would wish for you on this Easter Sunday. This is the message I would give you. Do not worship me any more than you worship yourself. In fact, do not worship anyone upon the earth, even I, who may come again as a woman, as a child, or I may come as a dog or a cat. Just as Source or God can come to you in the form of man, so can I. And so can you. But it is a matter of opening yourself up to this and knowing that you are indeed creatures of God. that you are the sons and daughters of God and have the same powers as that source. So you can be all knowing, all seeing, all feeling, all powerful even. And you will have to be in these coming days to fight the evil that still exists upon this planet. The greed, the dishonesty, there are many vices, correct? There are 7 vices and 7 virtues. We are here to say, be more virtuous than vile, be more kind and compassionate than judgmental. Love as unconditionally as you can. Be true to your loving heart and your loving soul. We thank you for this opportunity to listen to our words, and we bid you a merry and happy Easter. Okay. Thank you, Yeshua. That was, I think, a pretty good message. Sorry, I kind of zoned out on that one. It's a little hard when the big guy comes through. He kind of puts you kind of got to go up into that theta rate, so I'm kind of in that dream state and just kind of coming back out of that. But we're still sending out healing. I can feel the energy flowing. And I hope I'm right on the issue that you're having there, Sarah, and that we're bringing relief and healing to you. What I try to do when I'm doing a healing session for somebody, and is that I try to find out exactly when it started, and I start the healing back then. But I'm just going to put it back there where I think it should be and bring it forward to this now. So this is the way you can feel relief now, is if the healing begins. So this is the thing that I've realized through doing this, that time is not what we think it is. It's not linear. It's cyclic at best, because we rotate around the sun, and the moon rotates around us. And then we all rotate around the galactic core, which rotates around its local group, which rotates around the universal core. So, yeah, there's a lot of rotating going on. But there isn't too much linear stuff. And basically everything is happening now. There is only the now. You can kind of move out of space-time and go into time-space, where you have 1 dimension of space and 3 dimensions of time, past, present, and future. So it's just like switching yourself between these 2 states, and then going into this. It's sort of quantum in a way, what the Reiki does, but it came along way before quantum mechanics was even thought of by the mind of man. Well, this iteration of the mind of man, we did think of it, or something similar to that, back during the time of Atlantis, which is 25, came into heyday a good 25,000 years ago. And lasted for quite a while, though. I mean, it was in a state of decline. And by decline, spiritual decline. So this is what we need to do. We need to do the opposite this time, as we're coming back out of that age of Kali Yuga, if you want to call it that. I know I'm kind of mixing, mashing here, Christianity and Hinduism and all that, but hey, they're kind of similar. They've got their Brahma. The Jews have their Elohim, and Christianity kind of adopts the Old Testament as part of its scripture. So I guess they have to take the Elohim too, which is basically what Yara Teshonella calls the makers of makers. Yeah, I think that's how she calls them. So yeah, I don't know. I still feel that there's energy going out here, but I don't want to be. I know that these videos get too long, and if there's not something going on, you all get kind of antsy and go somewhere else, and I don't blame you. Well, I'm gonna have to listen to this one just to hear what Yeshua said. So we get a little bit more bowls going there. Kind of help with the healing vibration. And build up you into these sound baths here. We'll move the speaker around a little bit. See if that makes a difference. So we have Shala here, I believe. Yes, 'tis I, Shala, coming to you on this fine day where the sun is shining, at least in this spot where this one resides. We are pleased to be following Yeshua. And we only come through to bring a more feminine view, to say that you must be more loving and kind to yourselves, to nurture yourselves, either through salt baths, grounding, walking in nature, playing music, listening to music. These are all things that will help raise your vibration. And the higher your vibration is, the better it is for thee. It is always better to be in a higher vibration. Indeed, love, compassion, joy, happiness, these are all fine vibrations to be resonating with, to be in the flow of. And this is important, to be in the flow of the energies that are coming from your sun, from the galaxy as a whole, and even from the outer universe, from the local group, the super group. There are many councils and galactic federations that have formed throughout these many galaxies. They're all connected into this universal law. So please do study this universal law. Take on to what you can understand and understand. Okay, we'll just go with understand. I guess I thought you were going to say something else there. Okay, so she's sort of pulling back now too. Alrighty, well, I'm thinking that that's a sign that I should probably go ahead and stop the video here. Well, we'll do one more. I'm going to do one more of the bowls. And on that note, we will end this one. And I will keep the distant going while this, it takes a while for this to load up to where I can save it. And then I'll have to, while I'm loading it up onto YouTube, this will be going on the Emerald Dragon Reiki. And if you're new to my account, to this channel, please consider subscribing. If you are a subscriber, please consider sharing so that this can be shared more widely with your friends and family. Alrighty, so we're going to call this. Oh, I do want to do, almost forgot, can't forget this, Archangel Metatron Self-Mastery Oracle here. We have got the card of the day is the Rainbow Bridge is always open. So this is Metatron's Rainbow Bridge, not to be confused with the Rainbow Bridge of the Asgard. Though they connect to a similar dimension, I'm hearing. The Rainbow Bridge never closes. It's never closed. It is always open and often and offers a portal through which you can be in touch with those you have loved but have now passed over. So it's a bridge to speak with your loved ones. I guess that kind of means that anybody that's a medium that can actually do that is probably on the Rainbow Bridge. Something to think about. But it is something that you can get to through Yeshua or Metatron. Gabriel can bring forth those messages. Uriel and Ariel can. Even Archangel Raphael is saying that he also can. Quan Yin says that she can help you with that. Green Tara says she can help you with that. Shala says that isn't some thing that she normally uses. So She's saying this is more of a construct for us, that they have a more direct link themselves, and that they don't really pass over. They realize, where their vibration has risen to, right? Just because they're no longer in the physical, they don't assume that they've passed over. There isn't anything to pass over from. And in her realm, where her energy is residing, her frequency is transmitted from Sirius B, the Academy of Light. It's kind of like a big university, only for light workers and souls that are coming to Earth to be teachers. Apparently, that's what I'm here for. Apparently. I'm not so sure about that, but maybe it fits. If it fits, that's what I'm here for. Anyway, I send out my love, because that's the energy that I'm channeling here is love, healing, the love light of source, and the combined forces of the angels and semi-divine beings or divine beings, ascended masters. Yeah. So you can call on this stuff too. It's and I would say, I can't do this 24/7. I mean, I probably could, but it'd be a little difficult. Mostly because it's important I keep my hands clean when I'm doing this, and I have to do things that are not of a clean nature. It's cleaning things up. That you tend to get your hands dirty. So I have to be careful about not sending that energy out to anybody, because then I'd be sending out sickness, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, cleanliness is next to godliness, and be at peace, folks. And let's don't buy into the fear of the Zelensky's or Biden or anybody else that's preaching war. That's stupid. That's crazy talk to think that that a new nuclear winter can be survived. So the star beings don't want it. I certainly don't want it. I don't think any of you that are listening to this video would want it. So let us say that we want peace and serenity. Peace, love, and serenity. Peace, compassion, and serenity. All of the above, I say. Go in peace, my friends.